All right, we are live now, the second half of the media day. We just had the main card fighters face off, and you can check out those videos on Twitter right now.
So in that sense, sometimes it's a little unfair for us. I'd like to see
Do you think the fans have deserved that sort of right to kind of have the fights one more time?
Definitely, because obviously, again, two oriented around the States, so it's fewer times than them. Again, I don't know what time it's going to be over in the States for them when this show's on. Is it going to be daytime?
It'll probably be like morning.
Yeah, that's alright. I've been over in the US and I've watched the UFC in the morning. There's nothing better than waking up with a bowl of porridge and watching the UFC, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it works better for us.
Going back to those old days of like UFC when there's like sumo wrestlers versus kickboxers, it was a bit mental then. But do you think that the sport's kind of lost a bit of its essence as it's progressed and it's become more mainstream?
Just more refined. Just more refined in many ways. And it's more of a complete sport now. And again, like I said, it's coming more away from that barbaric side of things, more to like, this is something that people need to take recognition. These are real athletes, and we work just as hard as everyone else, if not harder. So I feel like we deserve our dues.
And as a fan, did you like that sort of stuff when you were growing up, seeing sumo wrestlers versus jiu-jitsu and things like that?
It's crazy. It's crazy to watch that stuff. It's like everyone's done it when they're kids, and especially lads. Just type in all mad stuff on YouTube. You watch crazy animals fighting other animals or whatever. It's the same kind of thing. It's just it's a surprise and to see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And definitely the old UFCs, I still sit there and watch some of them now because some of it's hilarious to watch. You know what I mean? It's fun, it's entertaining. And again, it's all categorized in the same thing. The entertainment business, so it works.
Right, cheers, mate. Good luck inside.
Danny, how's it going, mate? You all right? First of all, let's check out this flowery outfit. What's the inspiration behind this one, Danny?
I haven't really got inspiration. Just thought I'd let my personality come out a little bit.
Yeah.
Feeling happy, feeling good.
Spring? It's springtime?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring a bit of Florida back to the UK.
Right.
The snow they've been having right now, so yeah, just trying to bring a bit of life back into it. This is me outside of the UFC. I want to bring a little bit of me to the table.
Well, look, last time I saw you, it was in Winnipeg. It wasn't your night that night. How do you generally deal with losses? Do you kind of just get over it very quickly? Do you dwell on it? What's your process like?
I had an interview yesterday and I said something that I stand by it. Failure is only there if we let it. And it will only destroy us if we let it destroy us. But it's also there to learn from, and it can help build, it inspires growth. So, as far as Winnipeg went, it's a disappointing time. A couple of weeks to spend in my head in the gutter or whatever, but it doesn't do much for me. Apart from that, it just motivates me to drive, and I've come back stronger. I believe that Saturday night is gonna prevail and it's gonna show.
It's all, when I speak to fighters that are coming off losses, you want to kind of get back on the horse as soon as possible. And this is ideal. It's March. It's London. This is your neck of the woods, basically, like so to speak, in terms of being England. Are you looking forward to that fight in front of the home fans?
I am. I love what the fans bring to the table for us as UK fighters, and the love and the support already through social media, online. My phone's been blowing up. I've just got to try and keep away from it, try to stay focused on the game. But it's all the hard work that we've done over the years. This is a time for it to be appreciated as well. So it's a time to give back and to receive.
I speak to some of the local fighters, and some of them like to, and they're proud of the fact that they're still training back home. You made the decision, years back to go to Florida. For you, do you think the UK and the camps and gyms are well equipped to be able to train properly at the highest level, or do you still feel as though you need to go to America to go to the best gyms in the world? What do you think?
No, I went to America to broaden my horizons in the sense of what I see and what I'm exposed to. We're in the UFC. We're talking nations from all over the world. We'll bring something different to the table. We need to be aware of every aspect of the sport. And there's so many things over in the US, with a lot of Brazilians being there as well. You need to be aware of. So for me, going over to the States, that's what I achieved by doing that. And I think it's good knowledge for everyone to be able to do something like that. As far as the UK goes, I think that it would be nice for us to, have sort of one unit where we can get all the top echelon guys, the up-and-comers together, and we can develop as a team, because I feel like there's a lot of competition. Competition, when you come from the same place, isn't necessarily a good thing. I feel like we can all help each other grow, so we should be doing that.
As someone that came up on the regional circuit, what's your opinion and view on the current local scene with the likes of Cage Warriors and Bama? Do you think it's in a healthy spot right now?
Yeah, it always has been as well. Like they're two major sort of platforms which have always done well. As far as I'm over in the States, people talk about Cage Warriors and Bama over there. So they're doing something right. Be 5,000 miles away and still be hearing good news about it. And then as well as that, obviously everything that I've done and achieved through Cage Warriors, it makes me proud to see what they're still doing and accomplishing again as a platform. So.
Yeah. Nice. And final question for you: when you close your eyes and you kind of envision the fight playing out in your mind, how do you win on Saturday night?
I said this before, I close my eyes every night before I go to sleep. And every night I close my eyes, I've seen the finish. So that's what it's going to be.
Nice. All right, Danny, good luck, mate. Nice one. Cheers.
I think the pressure when you have an injury, this is the pressure. But now I'm good, man. This is I love this. I love the one who start to go there and fight. Maybe if guys call me next week, I fight again.
Well, if you're ready. And the hunger's still there. I heard you talking about the fact that you've got a desire to be champion again, to get belts again. You're very proud of that. And how much is the desire there, bearing in mind you're coming to a different stage of your career?
Yes, I just waiting for the opportunity, just want to see if I don't do the next one. I mean, for sure, I'm very happy, I'm training a lot. Now we have the big challenges, the Timothy Teach versus Kurmiana, July 7th. I'm there for sure, and when I watch this fight very close, or I'm at work, because I'm working TV too, and I just waiting. When the next one after this victory, when I did vote for on Saturday. The guys we're waiting for the next one. I say, okay, I'm waiting, I'm just training. We're doing maybe nothing. I'm fight again. Maybe I'm fight the same day. So July 7, fight the other guy. I'm waiting because sometimes it happens a lot of injuries. Maybe Daniel from here or still to have an injury. I'm fighting. I feel that. That's it. But I hope the guy no injury for sure not.
Is there a part of you that maybe wants to reach the top again and get that belt, because it could be different this time around, because the way that UFC has sort of blown up in the past couple of years because of the personalities and the attention now on it, winning it again this time will sort of be a different achievement with it?
Yes, because almost I fight for the belt, but when the fans love the idea that they don't come here to super fight, super challenge versus Steve Teach, guys love this, and the UFC listen the fans. This is very important. The UFC see everything, and then this fight is good. We don't wait a little bit more and say, okay, no problem, and that's it, man. I think I hope it's a good fight, And everything's changed now. I don't like just the guys trashing, talking a lot. This I don't like. When the guys say a lot of things, bad things, this is why. I don't say nothing about Volkov, but the arena is sold out. This is amazing. The fans love this. You show inside the cage, inside the octagon. But I don't like when the guys say a lot of bad things. I don't know. I think it's a fake. I like fake things.
Does it show though that there are always in sport? It's a bit like theatre. Is that there are good guys and there are bad guys and there are guys that talk a lot? Does everything have its place though? You say you don't like doing it, but does it have a place in UFC because of the way the brand has been built?
I don't understand your question.
Sorry, I got along. The brand has been built on different personalities.
Yeah.
Some people that talk trash, some people that don't talk
Yeah.
trash. Does everyone have their place in the UFC? Just because of the way the brand is quite a loud, physical sport.
Okay. I think just because the guys say bad things, but the guy's good fighter, The guys sell a lot of tickets. The guys sell a lot of pay-per-view. This is good too. But personality, I don't like, But everybody have the place because the guy is a good fighter. You know, good fighter, you don't go to the UFC for sure.
And just lastly, you talk about the fact you've got longer term goals, but also focusing on this fight. How do you balance the two things? This fight is very much at the front of your mind on Saturday, but obviously you've got long term goals.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of experience. You know, my experiences I think is very good. You know, like almost 20 years I'm fighting, and I put all my experience for this fight for my next step. You know, because I think that when you have a victory, it's one step wrong. You want to lose 3 steps down. This is a big difference. You know, when you win, everything is. You need a lot of interviews, sponsors, seminars. When you lose, just go your home and stay with your family.
Good luck. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going? You're right. We can scrum it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fabricio, you're back in London. You touched on it before. You had your first fight here nearly 16 years ago. How does it feel to be headlining an event?
Yes, man. I'm very happy. You know, because imagine the first fight my career is here. I remember I called the guy. My brother called the guy. I say, hey man, I want to pay for fight, but I want to test him. You know, I'm just jiu-jitsu guy this time, and I just grappling. And one the guy say, Werdum, you want to fight? I say, yeah, for sure. And how much I want to pay? The guy, no, you don't want to pay. You just receive like 200 euros. I say, okay, no problem. It doesn't matter the money. I just want to test him, you know. And it's a very good fight. I think I have a 1 minute. I finished the guy, the triangle. And then after then again here, I think I have, I don't know, I think it's 5 or 6 fights here. Then this is number 6 or 7. This is amazing. My sister living here for a long time too, you know. I know this country, it's an amazing country. I have all the world here. I have different culture here. This is amazing.
And this is your third short notice fight, really. Like, were you surprised that UFC called you again? Because obviously you did a short notice fight against Walt Harris and then against Marcin Tybura 3 times in a row. Like, you're becoming their savior.
No, I feel okay because, you know, I'm very rich now, you know. Guys call me a lot of times, I get a lot of money, you know. Not just the money, I'm joking, but I like because I'm a very company guy. I'm working to UFC too. I'm not just fight, but I'm commentary for Latin America in Spanish. And it's good, man. I love when the guys call me, Werdum, you want to fight? I say, for sure, because the guys know I train all the time. I don't stop to train. This is why the guys call me all the time, you know. This I have a good relationship with UFC, you know. This is very good, man. I hope this year maybe 4 or 5 fights, maybe. Yes. I don't have an injury this week. This Saturday, maybe I fight next week for sure. I don't have a proper fight. I love this.
And were you surprised when you got the call and there was Alexander Volkov? Did they offer you? Were you thinking perhaps your next opponent would be a higher ranked?
Yeah, normally I don't pick up the fights. You know, these guys say, Werdum, you want to fight this guy? I say for sure. I don't never pick up the different guys. When I saw him, I know he's a very dangerous guy. He's very tall. He have a 3 victory in UFC. You know, and his stand-up is good too. You know, he have a good defense in the ground. He's a very strong guy too. I trained with him 2 years ago, and but I respecting him, you know. And I'm not surprised. I'm just yes, okay, I want to fight. Yes, that's it.
You're the favorite, so a lot of people are thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy win for Werdum, no problem. Do you think people are underestimating what Volkov brings to the table?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this, man. This is the fake thing when the fans say sometimes. Not that just fans. A lot of people say, man, this fight is for you. This fight is easy for you. No, have an easy fight, man. UFC for sure, no. But different events too. But a fight is fight. How many times you see the favorite guy lose? A lot of times, you know. And this is a fake. When the guys say for you, I don't like when the guys say this fight is easy for you. This is not true. All fight is so hard. You know, this fight I go very focused. This fight I want to beat him for sure. He want to beat me, but you know, they care all the time. I'm hands up. I'm just I have a 5 rounds. You know, I prefer 5 rounds. Sometimes I have a 3 rounds or 5. I say five rounds is good. I like 5 rounds. That's it.
If you win, do you think you've done enough to get a title shot, or do you think you maybe need one more? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's the next one. You know, I want to fight the title shot. I think I deserve this. You know, not just about this fight, the last 2. No. All my career. You know, I have a long time, almost 20 years. Everything jiu-jitsu, grappling, everything MMA. I have a 20 years. You know, because I'm start 20. I have a 40 now, and. Yes, man. I think I deserve for a long time ago. I deserve the next one. I just need the opportunity. When the UFC say, Werdum, do the next one. I just focus on my training. 100%. When I fought for the title shot again, I got one more. I put the one in the wall, the number 3 in my wall.
So if you win, would you just wait for Daniel and Stipe to fight in the summer? Would you just?
I'm waiting.
You'll wait.
Depends the UFC said.
Okay.
You know, UFC Werdum, you the next one. I'm waiting 3 months, 4 months, training. But the UFC not say nothing. Werdum, nothing. Like I pick up the other fights. Maybe the same event. Maybe July 7, maybe. But for sure, I want the title shot directly. You know, it's much better for me. You know, for sure. Because you want to get fights before the title shot, is a risk, but it's okay, no problem.
And how do you see that fight between Stipe and Daniel?
Yeah, Stipe Miocic versus Cormier, I think it's a huge fight. Everybody want to see this, you know. I think Stipe Miocic beat him about points, or the referee stopped the fight. I think I saw that the situation, the Stipe Miocic punch a lot, Daniel, and the referee stopped the fight, or for decision. But I don't see Daniel Cormier beat him. Daniel Cormier is my big friend. I love him, and I know Cormier for a long time ago. He not training for MMA, just wrestling, and but I don't see him beat Stipe Miocic. I think Stipe Miocic is a very good champion now, but I believe I beat him 100%. Because the last one he beat me there in Curitiba, in Brazil, for sure he got it very, very nice, but I lose my focus. You know, a lot of little things, I lose my focus, but the next one I learn for this time for the next one.
If Daniel wins, do you think he will stay at heavyweight, or do you think he'll go back to light heavyweight?
I think he stay there because he heavy, man. He lose a lot of weight for his division, and yes, he stay there. I want to fight with him too, but just professional, you know, 100% professional, just there inside the octagon. That's it. Outside, go to take a beer maybe.
And there's always rumors of Brock Lesnar perhaps coming back.
Yes.
You know, that's somebody you haven't fought before. Would that be an interesting fight for you if he was to come back into the UFC?
Yes, he's good, man. I told you, I never pick up the fights. The guy, Werdum, you want this guy here? I said, oh, yes, for sure. Brock Lesnar, Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Stipe Miocic. But my focus now is the belt, you know. My focus for sure this week is Volkov. After Volkov, the next one.
If you don't get the title shot, is there anyone else that you possibly like to face, like perhaps a rematch with Cain?
Yes, sometimes the guys, maybe the guys in the top 10, maybe it's not good deal for me. You know, it's very important that the guys stay in top 10 for the next one. Maybe the guy coming to lose one fight, lose 2 fight, lose. It's not deal. It's not good for me. For you think with business, just you know, it's not good. Maybe the guys come to lose. 2 loss. You fight with him, why? You know, this is not good. My manager is there for this, you know. But the guy have a victory. Volkov has 3 victories. Okay, I'm fighting with him. But this guy is coming to lose. No, like who this guy? Ngannou. Ngannou is no good fight for me now because he lose the title shot. He's not waiting for the title shot. Everybody saw that. He's a very dangerous guy. He's punch strong. Okay, but everybody saw he's not waiting for the be a champion today. He's not completed guy. The jiu-jitsu is 0. The wrestling is 0. Just to have a stand up, that's it. But he's not waiting for that. But it's not good fight for me now. Why? Because he lose the fight. You know, why I go down? You know, this is not good news.
And I know you talk about that you don't want to fight anyone that goes down, but does a 4th fight with Alistair Overeem interest you? Because considering the way the 3rd one ended, a lot of people thought that you won that fight.
Yes, I believe too, man. I believe I win this fight too, but sometimes the guy have wrong things, you know. I think the guy is wrong 100%, but I believe I beat him too, you know. And everybody saw the fight, but for the official thing, he wins. This is the bad, you know. Yes.
Thanks, Fabricio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Tom. How's it going? All right. Hey Tom, obviously it's been a while since we last saw you fight. It's always interesting to speak to a fighter when they suffer their very first loss. So how have you mentally got over the whole, I suppose, anguish of losing for the first time in your career?
With philosophy, basically, because I'm very certain that a bad event in your life can bring so much positivity for the future. And as the philosopher Nietzsche would say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And I know a lot of people say that, but I really mean it because I have a philosophy background because of my studies. So I've been really deep in it, and more clearly I've been taking in consideration all the mistakes I've done in the last fight, and at the same time keeping what works previously in my career. So you get to a new camp, and that camp get your level to a new one. So that's where I am.
Did you study the fight? Did you watch it a lot after you lost, or did you just not watch it at all?
I watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Writing everything that can be interesting to develop. And from there, I have an exceptional coach. And from there, you create total new methods, more adapted for your performance. And from there, you grow.
And you mentioned the change in camp. So you decided to leave Jackson Wink, correct? Are you still with Jackson Wink?
No, yes. I'm still with Jackson Wink.
Right.
I will be representing them.
Okay.
It's just that I was in Paris when the fight was announced.
Right.
And so I decided to do my camp in Paris. The occasion for me to explore new areas of combat by using different coaches.
Yeah.
But I will be back in Albuquerque in April.
Okay. It's crazy. There's so many French fighters or fighters that have got a French background in the UFC, some big names, and they all want to fight in France, but it's illegal. So what is the
problem is more because you're aware about the Macron government, the new one is actually our best way to get it legalized. They are open for it, but as it's an administration thing, it always takes a while. So it's on a positive way. We are just waiting to maintain the creation and working hand to hand to develop it, but not just developing it, but also creating a union, a federation, maybe be attached to another federation that exists already. We are seeing it.
Nice. And in regards to your fight on Saturday night, O2 Arena, it's a big event, a lot of passionate fans here in London. What do you think of the atmosphere is going to be like for you when you come out?
It's going to be crazy as usual in a good way though, and it's always a pleasure for me to fight in England, a country that I've been receiving me since the very beginning of my career. Even when I was fighting against English fighters, and giving them the good show on Saturday night would be the occasion for me to thank them for the support.
And the final question, when you close your eyes and you envision the fight playing out in your head, how do you win on Saturday night?
No, visualization is a good thing though, definitely, but I'm going to do everything to win. So you can expect me on my best level, as usual.
Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you. Scrumming as well, yeah? Yeah. I'll just keep following you around.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. Send them to me, please.
How's it going, Jimmy, mate? You alright?
How you doing?
Not too bad. This guy's gonna keep giving it to me, innit? the guy that trains in Stockholm to give it to me for moving to Toronto, yeah?
I don't know. Rocking a beard these days.
Mate. I'm gonna get a haircut later on. Who's doing this?
We're gonna scrum it together, I guess. You good?
Are you going first or?
No, we can do it all together.
Yeah?
You sure?
Yeah, go for it.
Jimmy, you're like, I think when people think of English fighters, like you're at the top of the list. Like you represent London, here we are fighting in London
Obvious
again.
thing. Or Bisping.
Maybe, yeah, Bisping.
But I'm more excited with Bisping.
So can you just talk a little bit about like the UFC in London again, and you represent them?
I love it. I love it. I'm always first choice for the London card. Everyone knows, and you know, I'm always loving to fight here and the whole atmosphere and being in London and soaking everything in.
You know, going back to the Volkov fight for a second, I've kind of been watching some of your interviews this week. It seems as Volkan, sorry, yeah, Volkan.
Canadian.
I know. But, you know, I've been watching your interviews this week, and it feels as though it's something that you've dwelled on, and it's something that's kind of like really ignited a fire in you, hasn't it? That you want to come back and make sure that you put on a performance on Saturday night.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm not thinking. Do you know? I forgot about that Volkan fight.
Yeah.
And everything. I've like. Shit happens in this sport, you know, and no one's invincible and everything. And I've given out, like I said before, I've given out a lot of beatings in my career and everything. So to take one is what it is, you know. And but I'm not going like I haven't been thinking, I've lost my last fight and I need to do that. I've been training smart, training like I normally do, and putting in the work and to get the job done.
You went into Jan's neck of the woods, and now he's in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of like, you know, in terms of a rematch, it's perfect, isn't it? You went to his country, now he's in your country.
Yeah. Bit of give and take in that, but the result will be the same. But this time it's not going to be a decision. It's going to be a finish.
You know, Jan's improved a lot as well. People seem to forget that. And I was speaking to him earlier, and he said when he first signed for the UFC, he changed his whole camp, he changed his gym, because he thought he had to go to a new environment to become better. And now, in his last couple of wins, he's gone back to his old coach, his old gym, and it seems like it's obviously, you know, he's improved. Have you been noticing that as well from him?
Yeah, he's looked sharper. But I expect him to. I expect him to get better. Everyone gets better with time, you know. Well, most people do. Yeah, it's just training smart and training and just keeping up the training and the, you know, and everything and listening to your coaches and everything. So I expect him to be better. He has looked better, and I'm happy about that. Because when I knock him out, then it'll be more satisfying for me.
When you got the call to fight Jan, were you a bit surprised? Like, I know you had eyes for possibly a fight with Glover Teixeira or possibly Shogun, and you said that perhaps they weren't keen on taking the fight. What's your thoughts on that?
On fighting Jan?
Yeah. Rather, and the others perhaps ducking you.
You know what? I was frustrated because I always want fights to propel me towards the belt and everything. So I always want to fight people ranked above me and everything. And so when I see games played by people ranked above me, like taking other fights or turning down fights and everything, I've never turned down a fight in my life. And that. So when I see these so-called people who I've even been half a fan of and everything, thinking, they're a good fighter and everything. When I see them turning down fights with me and everything, it kind of like makes me wonder, like, what is all of this, you know? I didn't have to take my last fight with Ozdemir. I didn't have to take, I could have said, let me play the game and sit out and maybe I'll get a title shot or whatever. I don't play games like that. We're fighters, we're here to fight and everything. So when I see that, it makes me lose respect for these fighters, and that's why I say what I say, because it's true. I talk the truth, you know. So but taking a fight with Blachowicz, I respect him for that and everything, because he's like me. He will fight anyone and everything. He's not scared of anyone and that. So I applaud him for that, because he's just like me and that. So you know, I'm looking forward to the fight with him, being our second fight, and I just look forward to putting my hands on him.
Is it frustrating because the light heavyweight division? Like, is it frustrating with people cherry picking fights because the light heavyweight division it's pretty shallow at the moment. There's not there's not that much new blood in it. Does that frustrate you even more? The fact that people are ducking and avoiding certain fights?
It is, but what can you do? What can you do? It's like people, the UFC can't force people to fight, so I don't know. I've got no comment on that. I'm not losing any energy thinking or dwelling on all of that, you know. It is what it is, and I'll just fight. I'll just carry on fighting and carry on my career. If they want to fight, let's fight.
Who do you think is going to win out, DC and Stipe?
Do you know what? I think DC can do it, man. I think he's got the wrestling to do it, and everybody. Probably he's been at 205 for a little while, so it'll be. I don't know how he's going to fare going back up to heavyweight and everything, but I support him. I support him for that fight. You know, I'd like to see him do it, and even though I don't like him, I think he can do it.
Do you think if he wins, do you think he'll come back to light heavyweight?
That's the problem. I think if he wins the 2 belts, is he going to have motivation to come back and defend against another fight against Alex, or defend? I think it's going to be either Alex or Ozdemir, who's number 1 or 2, or I don't know. I think Ozdemir and Teixeira are fighting in May, so maybe the winner. I don't know. But I'm just going to focus on my fight.
You know what's interesting about the light heavyweight division right now is if you win on Saturday night, it is you, there's Alir, and there's Alex.
Beautiful thing.
It's all in the mix.
Beautiful thing.
Have you got that conversation, like in terms of if DC's out? Let's just say if DC wins or loses.
Picture this. We ain't gonna fight each other.
Okay.
Yeah. So you lot sort it out. I'm not bothered. Alex can go ahead. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna fight who's in front of me and everything. And but it's a funny situation, and I'm kind of amused by it. But we're happy. We're all in training together, and we're all top 5 in the world. It's a beautiful thing.
You know, speaking of heavyweight, you know, you're a big boy. Do you ever consider yourself going up to heavyweight at some point in the road?
No, I met Francis Ngannou, and that kind of like bumped my thoughts of going into up to heavyweight. I thought about going down, and that's
fair enough. And just final question from me: when you kind of close your eyes and you envision the fight playing out against Jan on Saturday night, how do you beat him?
I don't know how it's going to happen, but all I can see is just kicks, punches, elbows, uppercuts, jabs, slips, move, body, fucking everything, combination. He ain't going to be able to take it.
Nice
so
one, Jimmy.
I don't know what shot he's going to go down from, but he will be going down.
Good luck, Jimmy. Nice one, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for your time as always, man.
What was there that gap in the market? What weren't people getting from boxing necessarily, or maybe even martial arts sports, of more traditional ones?
I think they almost lost. No, I don't want to label it as a violent sport, but they lost the excitement of it, you know. And
in boxing?
In boxing. I think when the likes of like Mike Tyson and that retired out of his prime and stuff, the excitement went out the boxing. I only watch boxing to see Mike Tyson and see the knockouts. And an exciting fighters like Mike Tyson, I think a lot of them just transitioned over to mixed martial arts, and there's that more aggressiveness, fighting style, and better finishes and more exciting finishes. And I think that's why the mixed martial arts scene has just exploded.
You brought him up, so I'm going to bring him up. Mike Tyson, you bill yourself as the white Mike Tyson. That's a big name to live up to. Where's it come from?
It's come from my record of 22 finishes, 20 first round knockouts. It's come from there. I never called myself the white Mike Tyson. I was given the name the white Mike Tyson, which I'll happily keep as an honour if I could be 1% as good as the main man. I'll be unhappy.
And have you had any feedback from him? Are you on his radar at all?
I don't know, I've never spoken to him, but hopefully one day I'd love to meet him.
And I want to ask you about the personalities in UFC. Clearly, you're a man that doesn't shy away. You want to make an impression. How much of UFC is involved in the personalities based on yourself and what's gone before you?
You got to imagine now and realise that you're a showman. You know, you're a fighter and you're a business. You've got to sell yourself. You're a business. Get yourself out there. And I think it's important to put a show on. I think UFC just want you to come and fight. They're not really bothered about you putting on a show interview. They just want you to fight and get the performance right. But yeah, you know, I'm more than happy to fly the UFC flag, and I just feel so grateful to be here.
Is it something that comes naturally to you, putting on the show, building your brand? You've got your social tags behind you, but is it something that you enjoy doing? Is it part of the job? Do you find it a chore?
It's absolutely an honour to do it, actually. You know, to have you guys come and interview me is, you know, you want to interview me is it's magical, and looking at it, it's surreal, you know. So I'd happily be more than obliged to give you guys a cracking interview. You know.
Oh, that's good. You're doing all right so far. That's fine. I want to ask you.
See you later.
Thank you very much. I want to ask you, because the personalities, there are names, household names, transcending sport names. Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey. They've gone across sports into different paths, obviously. But how much are those guys trailblazers, and what does that mean for the future?
Well, you know, same as Conor and Ronda, they just raised the name, and they've taken the mixed martial arts and UFC name worldwide, you know. And like I said, there's old people that don't know what mixed martial arts is, or even if you refer it to the old cage fighting, they won't know what it is. But they know Ronda Rousey is, they know Conor McGregor is, so they spread in the name, and that's absolutely fantastic.
And just lastly, how much do you think about the fight itself? Because this is, are you now in fight mode because this is all part of it, as you mentioned, or does what is the switch? When does it come?
I'm in John Phillips mode. You know, I'm always the same. If anyone knows me, I'll tell you that's exactly who I am, and just be myself. You know, people don't like it. You know, it's and the fight switch. You know, I've been fighting since I was walk. You know, I know how to fight, and it's pointless then to build up too much. I know what I got to do. I know I got a job to make. I've been fighting every day in the gym since I've been there. You know, so it's just another day in the office. I'm going to walk there to the octagon. We're going to get in, and we're going to do our thing.
And do you view it as a short career, or do you view it as something that you're building towards, something you've got to cherish this moment?
I'm going to cherish this moment and take absolutely every second I possibly can, because I do think you're always one moment away from a career-ending injury or loss or whatever, and it is a short career. Let's face it, you know, I'm 32, knocking on 33. You know, I'm not be fighting for the next 10 years. You know, I've got 8 years left in me. Who knows? But I'm going to make the most of my time here, 100%.
All the best. Good luck to you. Thank you so much. Cheers.
And that is it. That is the second part of today's UFC London Media Day wrapped up. As you can see, it's now pretty much all quiet. The fighters have been taken away. Thank you very much for those of you who have tuned in to the live stream. Much appreciated. And make sure to keep checking back at MMAindia.com and the MMA India show for all the continued coverage of UFC Fight Night London, Fabricio Werdum versus Alexander Volkov.